Hello and welcome to a new vlog. It is Monday the 15th. We are halfway through the month. I am also in a new location because this morning I woke up and decided that I was gonna move my desk out of my bedroom into the dining room. My bookshelves behind me and my desk is now here. I felt like I needed a change of scenery, so here we are, but I also feel a lot more exposed in the dining room. Anyway, this is what we're reading today. This is The Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk, which I started talking about in last week's vlog. Haven't read any more of this since Saturday, but I am in love with this. I know that this is going to be a 5 stars. I am 88 pages in and I'm obsessed. This is a romantic fantasy in which we are following Beatrice, who is a young lady making her debut in society. It's that Regency era romance. But she's also a very powerful magician. The thing is, in this world, women are not really allowed to practice magic until they are older and they've already had all of their kids. Basically, they're not allowed to practice magic until, what is it, like a full year after the end of their menstruations. When they get married, if they do possess magic, they get collared by their husbands, which means their magic is bound and they can no longer use it. She does not want that. She does not want to get married. She wants to become a powerful magician. She wants to help her father in the business, but she is a woman, so she's not supposed to have a head for business. The thing is, her father has made some very poor business decisions, and their family is like on the brink of utter collapse, and the only thing that will pull them out of it is for her, Beatrice, to make a good match. Like, her father is banking everything on her getting married and having a successful marriage. Otherwise, the family is ruined. So she doesn't want to get married, but she also wants to protect her family. So there's that going on. But there does seem to be like this budding romance between her and a certain person that she met who has a sister who is also very interested in magic and not getting married. And the two of them made this kind of deal to teach each other what they know as far as magic is concerned. It is very interesting so far. I really love the magic in here because the magic works by basically binding a spirit to you, making a bargain with a spirit, basically. Magic is regulated and controlled, of course, by the men, but women have found a way to like work around that. So there's these secret grimoires that appear to be regular books, but for those who have the ability to find them, they can discover the magic in them. They're written by women in secret. So there's this whole like underground women magician thing going on, which is really interesting. So yeah, I am absolutely loving this. I think this could be a new favorite, and I'm very excited to keep reading. But at the end of last week, if you saw last week's vlog, I was starting to feel slumpy, and it's not because I'm reading bad books, it's because I'm reading really good books, like favorites of the year. I don't know where the week is going to take me. I'm just taking it day by day this week, and today we're going to read this after I finish editing last week's vlog and get that uploaded, because I have not even started editing. I keep saying that I'm going to edit a little bit every day or edit the vlog as I go throughout the week so that I don't have to do it all on Monday morning. But here we are on Monday morning and I have to edit the entire vlog from last week. Also, I should mention the audiobook for this is narrated by Moira Quirk, who is one of my absolute favorite audiobook narrators. She does I'm pretty sure she did like the Gideon the Ninth, the Locktomb series by Tamsin Muir. She narrates those as well, and I just love her voice. And the way she delivers like jokes and sarcasm is just so good. So I'm enjoying that a lot as well. Hello, it is Tuesday. I just got home from work. I finished a book while I was on my way to work, started another book, made a little bit of progress with the book that I was supposed to finish yesterday, but just didn't get to. And I bought a book. I finished Paladin's Strength by T. Kingfisher. This is the second book in the Saint of Steel series. In this one, we're following Istvan and his romance with a nun, but she's not really a nun. She hasn't like sworn to the order, but her sisters, her like convent was attacked and all of her sisters were kidnapped. So she needs help finding her sisters, getting them back, and he is on the hunt for the killer from the first book. And that's kind of how they meet. They go on this adventure, and it's good. It's so good. I love these books so much. I love the way T. Kingfisher writes this world. The world is so well realized. I like the conversations that we have in here about otherness. I think it's just all done really well. I didn't love Istvan and Clara's relationship as much as I loved Stephen and Grace's relationship from the first book. I just love Stephen and Grace so much. But I loved Istvan. I liked, you know, we met him in the first book, so I enjoyed getting to see his story. I enjoyed Clara. They're so cute together. They just, the way they fit together emotionally as well as physically, beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I had a fun time. It made me laugh and giggle. And I gave it 4 stars. So didn't love it as much as the first book, but still really loved it, really enjoyed it. The third book I started. I got to work a little early, so I just sat and listened for a while. But I did start the third book, which is Paladin's Hope. And in this one, we're following Galen, another paladin of the Saint of Steel. We met him in both the first and the second book, and his love interest is Piper, the doctor. I forget what, he's like a, oh my god, what is it called? That examines dead bodies. That kind of doctor. What is that called? What the Knowles in the book call him a bone doctor. That's not actually what he's called, but we'll go with that. He's a bone doctor. We only briefly saw him in like the first 2 books, so I'm excited to learn more about him and to see their relationship. I'm already having a really good time. I'm not very far in. It looks like this one's a little bit shorter. A lich doctor is what they're called. It looks like this one's a little bit shorter than the other 2, but I'm still very excited to see their romance and what happens next in this world, because I am just obsessed with this world and I want to keep going. So that is what I finished. That is where I'm at. I did read, hold on. I made it to, so last time I updated you, it was 88 pages in, and I am now 129 pages into the Midnight Bargain. Still absolutely loving it. I just love the conversations we're having. I love how like women being unable to access magic is talked about in comparison to things not having control over their own bodies or not having the right to choose. And I think the comparison there is very interesting. We're having a lot of interesting conversations. I like how the relationship is developing between Beatrice and Iante. I like how she's speaking her mind and like at the same time is very fearful of that because he's a man. She has a lot to say about the way women are treated and he considers her. I love the conversations that they're having, and I love that we get so much of their conversations in here. So I'm having a really good time with this. I'm loving the world and the magic of it all as well. There is a minor, I think it's either a minor or like a lesser spirit that is called upon in here by Beatrice. And we've seen them a couple of times now and I'm kind of obsessed with them. It's almost like this animal companion type aspect, but it's not an animal companion, it's a spirit. But the way the spirit acts is just very childlike and innocent almost, and I'm really enjoying that dynamic as well. So I'm hoping to finish it today. I don't know if I will. It's only 3:30, but I feel shattered from my day. Yesterday me and Sean went on a a little hikey hike, and I haven't gone on a hike for so long, like all year basically. And it was so nice to just walk and be out in nature again. We did a total of 3 miles, I think. I felt it. I felt it when I came home. I felt it even more while I was at work. Actually, I didn't. Like, I did all of that walking yesterday, and then I went to work today and I was on my feet all day. But then it didn't hit me until the drive home. It took me, oh my God, like nearly 50 minutes to get home because of traffic. And when I got out of the car is when everything just felt sore. Just everything. I don't want to do anything, even though I should do things. I picked up One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole, which came out today. Very excited for this. This is one of my most anticipated reads. This was supposed to come out last year and it got pushed back, and I was very sad about it. I was very sad, but now it's here and I'm very excited. It's her new thriller. I really hope that she continues to write thrillers because I absolutely loved When No One Is Watching, and now this is the second one. Do I know what it's about? I'm sure I did at one point. But a riveting thriller about the new caretaker of a historic estate who finds herself trapped on an island with a murderer and the ghosts of her past. That's all I want to know. I'm very excited for this one. Shall we squeeze it into the April TBR? Maybe. I might just pick this up after I finish The Midnight Bargain. Although I really should actually not do that because I need to focus on my TBR, at least for the classes that are necessary for me for my calling of God's ear. So I should focus on those books first, but after that. But yeah, I am going to attempt to finish The Midnight Bargain. My son is currently at band practice, so I don't have to pick him up until 5:30. So for the next 2 hours, I think I'm just gonna sit here and read. Hi. So it's Friday. I haven't updated. I think the last time I updated you was Tuesday after I got home from work. So it's been a couple days. And you haven't missed anything though, because I have not read. I've gotten a little bit further into The Midnight Bargain and a little bit further into Paladin's Hope, but I have not finished a book all week. That's not true. I did finish Paladin's Strength, right? Yes, I finished Paladin's Strength on Tuesday, but since then I haven't finished a book. So we finished one book this week and it's now Friday, so I need to hustle. I am loving The Midnight Bargain. Like, every time I pick it up and read it, I'm giggling and kicking my feet in the air. But like, I put it down and I don't want to pick it up again. I don't understand what's happening. And I know I say this like every month, but I think I'm in a reading slump. I think what it is that midway through the month, this doesn't just happen with reading, this happens with life. Like halfway through the month, like the beginning of the month, I get so excited for a new month and I'm on that new month energy and I'm feeling productive and motivated, and then halfway through the month I just stop. So I think that's where we're at. But today I'm gonna finish some books. I have been neglecting my house, so it's a mess. So I'm gonna clean my house today, and while I'm cleaning, I'm gonna listen to Paladin's Hope. And then after I finish Paladin's Hope, I'm gonna sit my ass down and finish The Midnight Bargain, because it's ridiculous that I have not finished it yet, considering how much I'm enjoying it. I don't know why I keep avoiding it. So that is the plan for today. We're gonna finish 2 books and clean the house, but the next time you see me, I will have finished at least one of them. And if not, I don't know, to unsubscribe. Okay, I have not finished Paladin's Hope yet, but I'm close to the end. I'm cleaning my house, things are going great, but I did get a delivery from the library, so I thought we'd open this up and see what it is, because do I remember what I requested? No, although this, oh, okay, I know what this is. I think it's the manga. Someone recommended The Girl from the Other Side, so I got volume 1, and this is, why didn't I just like save packaging and put it in one thing? And volume 2. I have absolutely no idea what these are, what they're about. I'm gonna try it, at least volume 1, and see how I like it. I like the art. Very cute. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I did request a few more because I got a few more recommendations. I'm gonna get back to reading and cleaning. I just wanted to open those with you because I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what they were. Next time you see me, I will have finished the book. I'm really enjoying it. I don't think I've mentioned that. I will say this feels like the weakest in the series so far, mostly because I'm not enjoying the plot, but I'm really enjoying the romance quite a bit. Okay, I just finished Paladin's Hope. I was crying. So I know in the last clip I said that like this was the weakest plot of the two books, and I think I might be wrong. Everything just worked so well in this. Like the first half of the book, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored with the plot specifically. I loved the couple. I love Piper and Galen, but the first half of it just wasn't to my taste. And then the second half of it, once they're out of a particular area, just was so beautiful, and I was crying because of the conversations we were having about PTSD and broken people. And also like there's a race in here called gnolls, and they're like these little I don't even know, I forget how they're described, but I picture them as like these little muzzled creatures that are intelligent, right? They're just a different species. There's a lot of, they are not treated the best by some humans. Some humans don't trust them or think less of them or think that, see them as stupid and whatever. But we work very closely with the gnolls in this particular book. Well, we didn't every book, I think, but more so in this book. And just like the conversations that we had around prejudice and otherness was beautiful. And there's this particular scene of like humans and gnolls learning from each other and reaching out to each other and trying to understand each other, and it was just so beautiful. It was just so beautiful, and I cried. I loved it so much. Oh my god. Like, not even to mention the romance between Piper and Galen, because that was beautiful, okay? These two men, and also like along with the like the conversations on PTSD and trauma, was the idea that one person's trauma isn't less important because of them not going through as much as the other person went through. Like, trauma is trauma. And so it was just, I don't know, like it hit me. It hit me, and I kind of want to give this 5 stars. But the first half of this was, I didn't enjoy. The first half of this felt more like a 3-star experience, whereas the second half of this was over a 5-star experience. So I don't know how to rate this. Do I give it 4 stars? Do I give it 5 stars? In my heart, it feels like a 5-star. And I just loved what T. Kingfisher was doing in here. I love that with every book I read from her, I learn more and more about what is important to her as a person, because there's repeating themes and ideas and even character types that she focuses on, and I'm 100% there with her. You know what I mean? Like, I love exploring these themes. I love exploring these characters. I love seeing broken, hurt people heal and fall in love. It's so fucking good. I've loved this series so far. I kind of want to go out and just buy the 4th book and read it right now. But I've been enjoying the audiobooks of these so much, so I kind of want to just wait until June for when the 4th audiobook comes out. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to rate it. Do I give it 5 stars? Like, I hesitate to give it 5 stars because 5 stars is like, it's perfect, right? 5 stars is like, everything worked. Well, that's not true. I've given books 5 stars where not everything has worked for me, but because I wasn't enjoying it as much in the first half, I don't know. I just feel I'm talking in circles at this point. I'm talking in circles. But I finished it. I finished a book. I finished cleaning my house. I am now cleaning my bedroom. I know I said I was gonna sit down and read The Midnight Bargain, but I kind of have this momentum going for cleaning, so I think I'm just gonna pick up another audiobook from here while I finish cleaning. So I thought we could decide together what that audiobook will be. Maybe I should start The House Witch because it is the book club pick. Well, our live show isn't until the 30th, so I have some time to read that one, and I like reading as close to the live show as possible. Maybe I should see what's available. Oh, you know, I could check out the audiobook for the Hurricane Wars, maybe a Benny's song. That might be a good audiobook. Okay, my library does not have that available, so I'd have to use a credit. Let's see this one. There's like a 7-week hold on it from my library. Oh, Hoopla has it. Hoopla has it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and borrow that one. All right, so that is what I'm gonna be listening to while I finish cleaning. I probably look like shit, and that is because I finished The Midnight Bargain and I cried. I've been doing a lot of crying today between finishing Paladin's Hope and then finishing this. Let me set you down. Hold on. This was 5 stars. As I predicted, I loved this. I understand now why I had been hesitant to pick it back up every time I put it down, and that's because it hurts. Okay, this hurt me. It is a feminist fantasy romance, Regency era romance, or reminiscent of a Regency era romance. I think some people would say that the messaging, the social commentary is very blunt and in your face, but for me, it worked. It did it in a way that worked and made sense with the time period in the story. This is really about bodily autonomy and gender roles, and it talks about these things in such a nuanced way. I loved everything about, I can't even talk. I loved everything about it. But there was a scene in here, and I'm not gonna say what it is. I don't want to spoil anything, but it ended up being very triggering for me. I've had, you know what? No, I'm not gonna talk about that on the internet, but suffice it to say that like this was very personal to me and it hit me very heavily. And there is a scene in here where our main character Beatrice is violated, not in a sexual way, but she has her will taken away from her. The way it happened was just so visceral. It was just so raw and painful to read. I broke down after reading that scene. It was her father allowed something to happen to her after she begged and cried and said, no, please don't do this. And it just set me off. Like, I'm sorry, like it was very triggering for me. But the book overall was just so fucking good. I thought it was gonna be this sweet romance of manners type story, and it's not that. I mean, it is that, but it's also so much deeper than that, and it was incredible. I honestly don't think I can continue talking about it without breaking down further. I hate crying on the internet. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. But yeah, this was so good. I don't understand like the ridiculous, well, I do understand the low ratings, and it's probably because of the social commentary. It's probably because it's so feminist. It worked for me. Let me tell you. I think it's so funny because like every magical readathon, every April and August, I always have I read a favorite book of the year, at least one. Last year, because I went back and looked on my spreadsheet, last year I read 2 of my favorite books of the year in the month of April during the magical readathon. The magical readathon, just always gold for me, always. But you know that a book is really good when after you finish it, you close the book and you just hug it to your chest and cry, and that's exactly what I did. I sat there, I closed the book, I hugged it, and I cried. I sobbed. These 2 books just really did things for me this month. This one had more to do with motherhood in general, but like the same vibes almost. Like same vibes. Completely different stories, but very similar vibes and very similar messages and commentary. And these are my favorite books of the year right here. God, I loved this so much. The real question though, because I read this for the astronomy prompt, which was to read a zodiac recommendation. I'm a Libra. Is this a book that Libras in general will love? Absolutely. I think that first of all, like the aesthetics and the vibe of this is something that Libras will really love. The beauty of the descriptions, the lush writing, the gowns, the beautiful gowns. That's definitely something that would be appealing to a Libra. It also appeals to a Libra's innate sense of justice and righteous anger. So for those reasons, I think this is a perfect recommendation for a Libra. And I am so glad that I picked this up. I had a feeling that I was gonna love it, but I had no idea it was gonna become one of my new favorite books of all time and a favorite of the year. That is my astronomy prompt done. And the second book we finished today. I'm so happy. I think that I'm glad that I put it off, to be honest with you, because I don't think that I was quite ready to deal with these emotions earlier in the week. So I'm glad that we did it today. I got my crying out for the week. I think I just need something more light and fun for the weekend. So maybe I will pick up some manga. As far as the readathon though, I only have, because I just actually reread The Legend of Dia, which was the lore prompt, so I got that done. The only other prompt that is like necessary for my calling is demonology, and the prompt for that is to read a book you didn't pay for. So I was gonna read Fly Away by Kathleen Jennings, but I read several books this week from the library, or this month, I guess, from the library. Those are books I haven't paid for. I could count one of those for this prompt, because I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling in the mood for this. I don't know that I'm necessarily feeling in the mood for this right now, so I might do that. And that would be me done with my core prompts, core classes, and then everything else I read for the rest of the month is just for fun. Because I'm not feeling structure right now. I'm feeling freedom. I want freedom and I want to just read whatever I want to read. But I will let you know what I pick up when I pick it up.